Belarus is a land of countless rivers and lakes, reserve forests and open fields. Belarus is an amazing country in the center of Europe with kind, open-hearted and hospitable people, as well as rich cultural heritage and legends of ancient castles. History of Belarus is being written down by its people, Belarus sons and daughters. Many talented names are linked to this God-sent land, Belarus, such as Francisc Scarina, first Slavic book printer Marc Chagall or Kazimir Malevich, worldwide famous painters. History of Belarus numbers already 12 centuries, including the events of Belarusian-Swedish contacts starting from the medieval ages till present day. There were close contacts between Swedish and Belarusian lands in the 9th till the early 13th and in the 17th till the early 18th centuries. The age of the Vikings is the time of Polotsk Principality. Some historians say that the formation of the Polotsk Prince dynasty and of the first Belarusian statehood is linked to Scandinavian layer. According to some historians, the Polotsk Duke Ragvelod had the Varangian origin. One more connection between Belarus and Sweden was the famous way from the Varangian to the Greek, which lay through the territory of Polotsk along the West Dwina and the Dnieper. That was the shortest and the most convenient way between the Baltic and the Black Seas, as well as from the Baltic Sea to Greece. In 1587, Sigismund Vasa, the son of the Swedish king Håkon III, was appointed as the king of Poland and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, from now on the GDL. In 1592 to 1599, the personal union was signed between Sweden and Rzeczpospolita, by which two nations were united under the dominion of the king Sigismund Vasa. In 1655, the union of Kejdány between the GDL and Sweden was agreed, by which the GDL broke off relations with Poland and where the GDL, along with Sweden, formed a federal state. Belarus is a rather young state, the borders of which were formed finally only in 1939. Until that time, the territory of all present Belarus in different historical periods was a part of the GDL, Rzeczpospolita and the Grand Duchy of Moscow. Because of the geographical position, Belarus was often in the center of the prolonged military events held on the territory of Europe. For 9 centuries, there have been about 20 heavy ruinous wars, including the Great 20-Year Northern War led by Charles XII, the King of Sweden. At that time, Sweden was a powerful and progressive state. The main reason of the war was rivalry for supremacy in the Baltic lands. The year 1700 was a year of prolonged war conflict, which damaged the territory of Belarus a lot. 35,000 fighting men of Swedish troops made 3 stops on the territory of Belarus in 1702, 1706 and 1708, leading the bloody battles against Russia. Belarusian cities of Grodno, Mstislavl, Olsha, Vitebsk and Mogilov were burned to ashes. Special troops destroyed all the food and the grains. It was done consciously in order to make the Swedish troops starve. On September the 28th, 1708, the very grave and bloody battle took place near Lesnaya village, not far from Mogilov. The battle turned out to be the crucial point during that war. According to the diary of Peter the Great, the Swedish troops lost more than 9,000 men wounded and killed in the battle. By 200th anniversary of the battle at Lesnaya, there had been built an elegant chapel and one of the most captivating museums later on the territory where the vehement battles took place. On the day of 300th anniversary, the museum was opened not far from the church. There are arms, coins, copies of the papers and mini panorama of the battle exhibited as the part of exposure. There is a very valued museum piece of the Charles XII Aegis, the high-angle gun of the Northern War times, in the museum which is situated in Grodno. Today, the Northern War is already considered as piece of the history everyone thinks about in a different way. But it was for sure the concerted joint period of Belarus and Sweden. That was also the period of intersection of two states, people and statehoods, which influenced the further relation development between both the countries. Today, more than 100 nationality representatives and 25 religions are living together in Belarus. Belarus is a unique country without any national and religious collisions. Having got tired due to numerous wars and deprivations, today the people of Belarus are building up the state, taking into the base the Liberty Foundation and complete equality of rights. All the complicated situations are solved at a round table by way of the open dialogue. Belarusians are very hospitable and hard to welcome. Everyone will always be glad to any guests and tourists. Be sure, everyone will sincerely fall in love with Belarus at first sight. Discover Belarus for yourself, which will turn out to be a magic country situated in the very heart of Europe. Feel the charming play of morning sky, the green of wide fields, bracing flavor of pine forest. Beautiful Belarus, the country with blue lakes and rivers and the fields full of ears, welcomes you. Belarus is glad to have a visitor at any time.